Thank you, Phyllis. Good morning. My name is Patricia, and I will be your service leader today. Welcome to Unity of Bloomington. At Unity, we offer practical spiritual teachings that empower abundant and meaningful living. We are a center for spiritual growth, and we provide inspiration, tools, and practices that support people on their path of spiritual growth. We extend a special welcome to those of you who are joining us online for the first time today. If you would like to find out more about us or to receive our newsletter, we invite you to visit our website at unityofbloomington.org. You can also subscribe to our newsletter while you are visiting our website. Please join us in combining our voices in joyful song.
I see the beauty that lives in me.
Please join me in affirming our statement of being. Together, there is only one presence and one power in the universe, God the good, omnipotent. This power expresses life, love, wisdom, and abundance through me. In it, I live and move and have my being. One way we empower abundant and meaningful living is by practicing and living our 5 basic principles. I will state the principle and invite you to respond with the affirmation. There is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in our lives, God the good, omnipotent. God is. We are spiritual beings created in God's image. The Spirit of God is within each of us. I am. We create the experience of our lives through our thoughts and beliefs. I create. We become aware of our oneness through prayer and meditation. I pray. We transform our lives by putting these principles into practice. I live. I now invite Ginger up for our moment with the children.
Thank you, Patricia. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone who is making this service happen. And thank you at home, those of you that are joining us remotely. I am so grateful to be able to visit, to communicate, to be with you, even if it's virtually. We know that in spirit we all are one, so it kind of all works out. So I have been thinking a lot about the theme for this month and how it related to me when I was a young whippersnapper, when I was a young girl, and how the dreams that I had when I was a child kind of helped facilitate or helped led me down the path that has me where I am today. Now, there were some dreams that I tried and I didn't care for, and so I let those things fall away. But there's some things that I tried that I was like, oh, that brings me a lot of joy. I really enjoy this. And so I knew the path to follow, because if I liked to do it, and I was good at it, it was probably something that I should explore a little more. And so I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about the dreams that you might have as you're looking to enter middle school, or as you're looking to enter high school, or if you are contemplating what you might want to do when you become an adult. And I have to preface this with letting you know that it's okay to be in your 50s and still be deciding what it is you want to do when you become an adult. So no worries there. But I think a lot about the path that I've been guided to. And behind that path, or that dream, there were steps that needed to be completed so that I could prepare to go on to the next level. I always enjoyed singing when I was younger. So my parents, I was very blessed with parents who didn't have a problem with providing lessons for me. So I explored piano lessons. I explored drum lessons. I had some French horn lessons. And I even dabbled in some ballet and tap, and that one did not take. So there you go. That one. But so when I was in elementary school, I knew that I loved to sing, and I wanted to sing as much as I could. So I sought out, with the help of my parents, because I was not aware at that time, but you can be, because You're aware. I was not aware of the things that I needed to put in place before I could manifest my dreams. So first we find that one thing that we would like to explore. Maybe it's music. So what are the things, if I want to do more music and experience more music in my life, what are the things that I need to plan out so that that will become more of a reality for me? It first starts with the exploration. What is music all about? What am I interested in? Playing an instrument, singing? How do I go about expanding my knowledge? Take some lessons. And then I might have to explore a little and see what really resonates with me. And then the more I become interested in something, the deeper and deeper I can get about developing my skills. Because if you are sitting there with your mom and dad or whoever that older person in your life is, and you're going, wow, I would really like to do X, whether it's become a singer, become an actor, become an artist, a painter, the first thing that we have to do is explore what skills and talents do I need to develop to make that goal or that dream a reality. Because I can wish all day that I become a wonderful painter. But if I never pick up a paintbrush, that's just wishful thinking. And so what we're trying to do here at Unity and through this exploration is to help you take these dreams and goals that you have and manifest them into expression, make them part of your life so that you can experience that and incorporate that into your daily life. And so I want to encourage you as you go through this week to be open to discovering what it is that you are longing to do. And then once you identify that, to take some concrete steps, take some actionable steps. Tell the older person in your life that this is interesting to you and that you'd like to explore it. Try to find ways to participate in that activity right where you are so that you can gradually find that path of unfoldment to where you want to be. So as you go through your week, I encourage you to be open. What are those things that bring me joy? What do I enjoy doing? And explore those opportunities in your life. And remember that you are the future.
You are the future, and we love you. You are the future, and we honor you. You are the future, and we lift you high. You are the future, you're divine.
This year, Unity's annual theme is Embrace Your Unlimited Good. Our January theme is Dreams. We live in a world of abundance, and good is all around us. We see it in the beauty of nature. We feel it as love, peace, and faith. We experience it as health. We give and receive it as forgiveness. We are worthy of unlimited good simply because we are alive. This year, we will remind you each month of the good that is already in your life. No matter the outer circumstances, the truth is that we are here to celebrate life and revel in God's plentiful supply. May you know heaven on earth with each new day. Please join me in saying this month's affirmation together. I embrace my dreams and express them in my life. I have an announcement, and I would like to highlight that on January 23, we're going to have a guest speaker, Lemuel Watson. Lemuel W. Watson is Vice President for Diversity, Equity, and Multicultural Affairs, Provost Professor of Education, and Senior Scientist at the Kinsey Institute at Indiana University. He has a commitment to leave the world better than how he has found it. He moves about the world as an educator, advocate, leader, minister, poet, and collaborator with a variety of individuals and groups. He believes there is no separating life into compartments, but that each day and all experiences help one to become fully awake. Now, you need to mark your calendar for the next thing. We're going to have our annual meeting on Sunday, February the 6th. So stay tuned for more details. And if you want to become a voting member, only those who formally join Unity of Bloomington can vote in the upcoming annual meeting process. If you feel led to become more involved, you are encouraged to complete the new member application that is available on the first page of our website at unityofbloomington.org as soon as possible. Scroll down on the home page until you see the application button. Also, as you may already be aware, we have temporarily suspended in-person Sunday services through February while the COVID transmission rate in Monroe County is elevated. Please continue to join us online as we continue to support each other spiritually through this human experience. The word for today from the Daily Word is rise. And today our affirmation is, I rise in consciousness to help create a world that works for all. Throughout time, there have been people who led lives that changed the world forever. Their words and deeds provided hope and inspiration for those who would carry forth their legacies of love, growth, and evolution long after they left this life. Their most powerful contribution, however, was their ability to inspire others to express their own divine purpose. As more and more people reach their highest potential, the whole of humanity ascends. Today, I honor those who have led lives of service, striving for love, truth, and justice. I take steps not just to commemorate their journeys and contributions, but to embark upon my own. I rise grateful to contribute all I can to the growth and evolution of humankind. Take action, for it is your duty, and we are with you. Be strong and do it. Ezra 10:4. Now we'll join together in speaking the affirmation aloud. Together. I rise in consciousness to help create a world that works for all. And now repeat it to yourself silently. I rise in consciousness to create a world that works for all. Today, our speaker is our spiritual ministry co-coordinator, Ginger Curry. And musical inspiration will be provided by Dan Pekarsky and Phyllis Wycliffe.
Darkness cannot drive away darkness. Only light can do that. Hatred cannot drive away hatred. Only love can do that. Darkness cannot drive away darkness. Only light can do that. drive away hatred. Only love can do that. All you soldiers of peace, hatred has an enemy. If you want the fighting to cease, remember these words from the fallen king. Darkness cannot drive away darkness. Only light can do that. Hatred cannot drive away hatred. Only love can do that. We all must try to be an instrument of peace. Remember, an eye for an eye leaves everyone blind, and our children never see. Darkness cannot drive away darkness. Only light can do that. Hatred cannot drive away hatred. Only love can do that. Only love can heal. Only love can take the fear away. Only love is real. Only love will come to save the day. Darkness cannot drive away darkness. Only light can do that. Hatred cannot drive away hatred. Only love can do that. Darkness cannot drive away darkness. Only light can do that. Hatred cannot drive away hatred. Only love can do that. Only love can do that. Only love can do that.
Thank you so much, Dan, and thank you, Phyllis. I'm so very grateful that I can request a song, and behold, it happens. So thank you, Dan and Phyllis, for doing that. That was a song written by Richard McDeesey, and the text came from the words of Martin Luther King Jr., who we will be celebrating Martin Luther King Day tomorrow. If you're not busy, I know there are activities going on at the Monroe County Library all day if you're looking for some way to be involved and to celebrate. As they say, it's a day on, not a day off. But I'm so grateful to be reminded of the words of that song, that coming from a place of anger and hurt to address an issue will make solving the problem that much more difficult. And it's only when we can come from a place of love and forgiveness that we can allow the light to shine on that darkness and to allow the light to heal the darkness. Sometimes I get overwhelmed by some of the darkness that I see in the world. And I forget that that darkness is being brought out into the light so that it has the opportunity to heal. The other line, which several of the music team enjoyed this morning, was, "Remember, an eye for an eye leaves everyone blind." That is definitely not the solution that we would like to come to. So continuing a little bit on the theme of Martin Luther King, I just wanted to share a few thoughts. Some of this comes from the website, thewhitehousehistory.org, and it's a website that tries to chronicleize things that happened in and about the White House throughout our history. So a lot of this information is kind of coming from that website, whitehousehistory.org. I believe Jackie Kennedy was the one that kind of set up the organization around preserving these events and documents. So we find that on August the 28th in 1964, I will say a few years before my birth, that more than 200,000 demonstrators descended upon the nation's capital for a march on Washington for jobs and freedom. And this march was intended to put pressure on President John F. Kennedy to continue working with Congress to pass a strong bipartisan civil rights bill. And the demonstrators gathered at the Lincoln Memorial for a series of performances and speeches, kind of like what is going to be happening a lot around our country tomorrow. We will have performances and speeches and remembrances. Musicians such as Marian Anderson, Odetta, Joan Baez, Bob Dylan, and Mahalia Jackson, who was, when I was discovering music when I was in elementary school, that was the first name that kind of stuck out in my mind. And so I remember listening to something that we used to call records, which was vinyl that went around in a turntable. I listened to records back then, and could hear her singing. So that was my first introduction to Mahalia Jackson. So civil rights leaders, including the National Association of Advancement for Colored People, President Roy Wilkins, the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee leader, our late senator, not our, but the late Senator John Lewis. He was working back then as a student. They delivered powerful speeches. So near the end of the program, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. took the podium and delivered his legendary "I Have a Dream" speech. And this is a little anecdotal, and I'm not sure if it's 100% accurate, but I sure hope it is that towards the end of his speech, Mahalia Jackson goes, "Tell him about your dream, Martin. Tell him about your dream." And then he started riffing on I have a dream. And that's where we kind of get this. It was an improv. It was something that he had said before, but in the moment, this wasn't written down in his speech. But the part that I want to highlight today is he says, "I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed." Rise up and live out. In unity terms, we would say experience and express. Rise up and live out this creed that we have as a nation, that we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men, and even nowadays we would say all people, all people are created equal. Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. continued this work for 5 more years before he was assassinated on April 4th, 1968. If I go back and I read the daily word for today, when they're talking about those people that have allowed for major changes to occur in our consciousness and into our human society, it says their most powerful contribution, however, was their ability to inspire others to express their own divine purpose. And as more and more people reach their highest potential, the whole of humanity ascends. And a lot of what I wanted to talk about today was how we can take this theme that we're working on this year, I embrace my dreams and express them in my life, and combine it with this affirmation for today that I rise in consciousness to help create a world that works for all. So whatever our dream is, whatever spirit is moving inside of you, to pulling you forth, calling you forth to express and to experience whatever has been laid on your heart, a component of that dream has to do with rising up the consciousness of those around us and creating a world that works for more than just 10% of the population, or even for more than 50% of the population, but a world that works for all, for as many people that's willing to open their eyes and be aware of that. Martin Luther King, Gandhi, Jesus, keep going back or keep going forward to people that you have been moved by. These were not perfect people, but they were in a process of unfoldment and progress. They were always reaching deep and becoming aware of what was going on around them, seeing things, and then working to effect change in their situation. So many times we look at people that inspire us and they might do something that we don't consider acceptable, or maybe they have an idea that you don't agree with, and then you just kind of have to throw all their ideas out. And boy, let me tell you, if we're going to hold everyone up to this level of perfection, there's going to be no one to inspire us, because we are all humans. We are all here in this messy world, although we come with an awareness, we're blessed with an awareness that we are spiritual beings, and that awareness provides opportunities for us to kind of live not only from our sense consciousness, but from a higher consciousness. So I want to encourage us to find those individuals who offer something that sparks your interest, or that you're like, oh, I love that idea. I'm going to see how I can incorporate that idea into my life so that I can express more of that. But these people that inspire us, they aren't wishers. They aren't hopers. You know, I really wish such and such would happen, but yet I don't take any actions to facilitate that into making its way into manifestation. I really hope such and such and such and such happens, but I don't take initiative to put myself in the place where that might happen or where I might affect change for that. Even back in when Jesus was talking through parables, as teaching his message, he was encouraging people to look beyond appearances. We see that in a lot of his teachings. We see that when he talks about the Good Samaritan. In the Jewish culture, a Samaritan was not someone that the Jewish people looked upon favorably. There was prejudice there. You would not invite the Samaritan over for dinner. This was, in that day, racism. And Jesus was saying, yeah, we need to do something about this. And so he tells the story about this man who is robbed and left for dead at the side of the road. And then he tells the example of how, a priest comes by, a Jewish priest comes by and was like, oh, there's a man on the road, but I can't do anything because I'm a priest and I can't get my hands dirty and he's a Samaritan. And, all these excuses of why he couldn't help him. And then someone else comes by from a religious order. Same thing. Oh, there's a man, he needs my help, but I can't help him because he's a Samaritan, or he's whatever. He's unclean. He's got blood on him. I can't touch someone with blood on them. But then this Samaritan traveler comes by, someone who the Jewish people looked down upon. And he said, this man needs my help. It doesn't matter that he's broken. It doesn't matter that he has nothing to give me. So he takes the man, he takes him to a place to get cleaned up. He says, here's some money. I'll be back in a few days to pay the rest of the bill, but please take care of this person. He's giving us examples, Jesus is giving us examples of how not to be complacent with the inequality and injustice that's happening around our world. We see that 2,000 years ago. And so we move forward through time. Some people get the message, some people don't. Some people have to keep hearing the message. Gandhi in the early 1900s. The whole process of standing up to oppression through nonviolent means was so mind-blowing. It had never been done before on such a scale. And it was so new. And, Martin Luther King Jr. tapped into Gandhi's example and created a plan for nonviolent demonstrations. He was committed to that because darkness cannot drive away darkness. Only when you come from a place of love can you affect change. Unfortunately, there are, at the moment, 7 billion people on the planet. And so we are not all rising in consciousness at the same time or at the same speed or at the same level. And so we kind of get these back and forths where in certain places, people can experience wonderful freedom. And in certain other places, there's still oppression. And so how do we work so that we rise up as a nation and as a people and as a spiritual community that says we rise up and live out the true meaning of the creed, that we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men, all people are created equal. And so we're still working on having that creed to become manifest in our experience. We have come a long way, but there's still a long way to go. So I want us to celebrate the progress that we've made, but also know that we still have a long way to go. And so I wanted to take a moment to combine these with something that we've been talking about for the last 2 years, and that's our 12 powers. So a dream, not a wish or not wishful thinking, but the intentional use of our spiritual powers. And I chose 3 because I have the power to do that. And so I chose the power of imagination, and the power of order. So the power of power. First, you and I must claim that we have the power to create our world. We have to believe that. So power represents our power over our thoughts and our feelings. Our third principle is we create our experiences by our thoughts, words, and deeds. We create. The second power is imagination. I imagine good unfolding in every area of my life. My ability to conceptualize, to dream, to envision a different future. Whatever's not working in my present, I dream and visualize a different reality. And then I work on creating a plan using my power of order to have this manifest. So this is the power of order. My life is balanced and in order, and all is well. The intelligence of the universe is expressing through each of us. It is our ability to organize, to balance, to sequence, and to adjust. First, we have a goal. We have a goal, our dream. We recognize that we have power, spiritual power, to manifest that goal or that dream. We use our imagination to visualize, to conceptualize what this might look like. And then we use the power of order to plan. And then we take some steps into the direction. We see what works. If something's not working, we adjust. Usually on Thursday afternoons, I send Phyllis an email of my plans for Sunday. And I always say in there, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, suggestions, let me know. So that if something pops up and she's like, this probably is not going to work this week, I have my plan, I can adjust it. That's what the delete key on the button on the computer is, or that's what that eraser is. I have my plan, so I know what's going to happen, and then if I need to change it, we can change it. No big deal. So our ability to kind of maneuver and adjust, using these three powers, our power of power, we claim that we have the power to affect change. We use our imagination to visualize it. We use the power of order to make the plan and then to start taking steps towards that. I have to believe that I have the power to create the life of my dreams. Example, if we're taking a trip. First, we have to decide where we want to go. If we decide we want to go out of the country, probably the next step we need to do is to get a passport. But if you want to go out of the country and you never take that step to getting a passport, I hate to tell you, but you're probably never going to leave the country, because you can't do one without the other. There are steps that you must take, plans that you create, and a path to follow. If you want your dream job, or what you think is your dream job, first you have to find out what are the qualifications they're looking for. And then how do I position myself so that I'm qualified for that job? You have to take steps. If you want to be a great painter, you have to first pick up the paintbrush. We are not about wishing our lives away. We are about creating a dream and expressing and experiencing that in our lives. You and I are works in progress, ever evolving as we practice and express more and more of our divine essence. We align ourselves with the wisdom of Spirit. We are open to explore and embrace our growth edges. My new favorite word, growth edges. Those are those places that I am still working on, that are areas that I need to develop a little more. We celebrate the progress, and we're grateful for each small and large success. Along these lines, unity.org, Unity headquarters has updated their website. And I thought it would be fun to explore that a little bit, because the reason they updated their website, the reason why we updated our website a few years ago, is because we're ever evolving. We're ever evolving, we're ever kind of whittling what our purpose is. And I just wanted to include some of the words and some of the mission statements that Unity has. Unity is a global, inclusive spiritual community. We offer practical, uplifting resources to help people of all faiths apply positive spiritual principles to their lives. A global, inclusive spiritual community. So, Unity as an umbrella is not really just limited to inspiring people that actually practice unity principles. Their vision is larger than that. They want everyone, whatever spiritual community they are in, to dive deep into whatever the spiritual teaching is and to reveal the truth that is underlying those teachings. Unity Worldwide Headquarters, this is kind of a separate entity, is a spiritual community dedicated to advancing spiritual awakening and transformation in the world. Advancing spiritual awakening and transformation in the world. Our materials, programs, services, and outreach are designed to provide practical spiritual tools and resources to help address the issues and challenges in today's world. Inclusion, diversity, equity, and acceptance are important to us. And they go on to say, together we embrace our individuality. We celebrate our uniqueness with full acceptance of all people, including every expression of the divine. We come together with love and compassion to be a light for all, and we stand together in community. And this is the last one that I wanted to read to you. We are committed to the spiritual work of justice and healing. We hope that these resources are around race and social justice issues will support you as together we create equality, equity, and peace for all. And we go back to those words of Martin Luther King when he says, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and his desire for us as a nation to rise up and to live that ideal. That is our ideal. That is our goal. So as we go through this week, as we continue to explore how our dreams can express in our life, and then how we can wed them to the greater goal of rising humanity's consciousness so that we can create this world where all experience freedom and where all experience respect and where all feel welcomed and accepted. So I encourage you this week to be open to Spirit's nudgings. Be open to where your heart is leading you. And be open to taking a step. Be open to taking an action step that will bring you closer to experiencing and expressing your dreams in your world. So we're going to prepare for meditation now by singing in the silence.
In the silence, there is a sacred space, a secret meeting place. Love is there. In the silence, where every color blends and every rainbow ends, good is there. In the light, how I
at this time to take a nice, deep, and cleansing breath in and slowly release. Another breath in. Hold for a moment and release. Allow your arms and legs to unwind. And encourage your spine to reach towards the sky. And imagine your head is light like a balloon, gently floating on top of your spine. Heaven above, earth below. Now we realize that it's heaven inside, earth below. Within, that sacred space where love and peace, joy, truth, oneness abide. Always available to us if we just turn within and allow it to fill our awareness. No matter what might be happening around us in this physical world, we possess the power. We possess the awareness. We possess the understanding that although physical harm might come to us, that spiritually, the truth of who we are can never be hurt or damaged or diminished. And that is where our true power lies. That we are aware that no matter what's happening on the outside, that within, peace is always available. Forgiveness, love, always there. And so it's with an open and grateful heart that we take these next few moments and rest in that warm awareness, surrounded by peace, surrounded by love, surrounded by the energy of the universe, knowing that all is truly well, and that we are ever evolving, ever unfolding, and in every moment expressing more and more of our Christ light in the silence.
blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world. We are the hearts, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are, and all we do is a blessing to the world. You're a blessing to the world. I'm a blessing to the world.
We turn now to the spiritual practice of generosity. We are grateful for the many ways this center supports us in our spiritual growth, and we, in turn, are happy to support this center with our financial contributions and our voluntary service. We are also grateful to those who have already put in place automatic weekly, monthly, or quarterly giving. Today, if you feel led to give, visit our website at unityofbloomington.org and click the giving link. We also welcome your gifts to Unity of Bloomington at our physical address, 4001 South Rogers Street, Bloomington, Indiana, 47401. Please don't mail cash, but we promise to cash your check. Join me now in speaking aloud our abundance affirmation. Together, I am an abundant being living in an abundant universe. God is the source of my supply. I am not dependent on people or situations for my good. God is the source of my supply. I always have something to give, and I consistently give it. I expect the best, I give my best, and I now attract the best in every experience.
One little boy in Africa, he put his face on heads, told his story to the world till he died. And these are the words he said. He said, do all you can with what you have, in the time you have, in the place you are. Do all you can. Do all you can with what you have, in the time you have, in the place you are. Do all you can. Do all you can. Holy Mother from India, helping the sick and the poor. Somebody asked, why do you do these things? She said, this is what I came here for. She said, do all you can with what you have, in the time you have, in the place you are. Do all you can. Do all you can with what you have, in the time you have, in the place you are. Do all you can.
we bless our abundance with these words together. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. In closing, I would like to invite you to join with me in saying our closing prayer together. We give thanks for the light that fills us, the love that enfolds us, the power that heals us, the presence that guides us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you.